The final step in setting up a course on Gimmie.ca is telling the system where all the greens are, where the front, middle, and back of each green is. And so you can see we have our holes here, 1 through 18. We have a drop-down box here which represents the objects or features that have been set up on each hole, and I'll show you that in a second. This feature drop-down is where we can select the feature that we want to mark, and you can enter anything you want in here, but these are just sort of some standard ones that you can use, so you don't have to type them out. So how do we do this? Well, you can see that the system has brought us up to sort of the general vicinity of the golf course. You can see baseball diamonds here, but there's a golf course over here. So you have to know a little bit about the course in order to find, for example, the starting hole. So if I scroll over, I know this is the clubhouse here. There's the tee boxes for the first hole, and the first hole green is right here. So if we zoom in using our mouse, there we have the very first hole. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to select hole 1, and I'm going to tell it where the front, middle, and back of the hole is just by clicking. So I'm going to click here. Now we see we have an F for front, M for middle, B for back. So the system knows the GPS coordinates of these 3 markers, and then we can save that feature. So for hole 1, we can see the features that have been set up. There's our green, and there's our markers. Now if we don't like where some of these are placed, we can move them around a little bit. Move that, like that, and then we'll save it again. So at a minimum you need to do all 18 greens, but you can also do bunkers and water hazards and other features that are on the course. And the reason you would set those up is for people who are playing who maybe don't want to use their data. So they may not be able to see the golf course. But in the application, you can click a button that will show you just with a text readout of the green, what the front, middle, and back yardages are from your position, as well as any other features that you've set up in the system. So let's say we wanted to include this this bunker. Well, I might call this the right greenside bunker, and we'll click front, middle, back, and we'll save that feature. So now if somebody's using the application and they click the I button for information, or the Y button, sorry, for yardages, that greenside bunker will show up, and it'll show you the front, middle, and back distances from your position to that bunker. If we made a mistake, let's say I made a mistake and I didn't really want to include that one, I can just select it and then delete the feature. So now it's gone. So basically what you're going to do is work from hole to hole, clicking the front, middle, and back of all the features that you want to set up. And when you've got all 18 done, you're done. Now you can see over here in red I have set up incomplete. There are errors. So if I click on this, it'll tell me there's 17 greens set up on the course. There needs to be 18. So let's go back to hole 1. The shortcut to get there quickly is just go like that. Now I previously deleted the green for hole 2 just to show you the errors. So if we and the other thing that you can do is, instead of having to click the hole and then the front, middle, back of each green, you can save the feature and go to the next hole. So if we click that, it'll save that green and automatically click hole 2. So let's scroll over to hole 2. I know this is the tee box, and we'll scroll down and down and zoom out a little bit, do this faster. And here's the green for the second hole. So we'll zoom back in, and we've got green already selected, so we'll click front, middle, back, We'll save the feature. And now you can see we have no setup errors. So now it knows the position of all 18 greens. And that's it. So as you work through all 18 holes, your errors will disappear. And once you've got no more errors, you're good to go. The course is set up and ready to play.